options are limited right now, of course, but taking the time to submit for a lot of casting calls here and there, which are mostly media that's going to have to film from home. And my mother is a musician, so for her, getting back to work is going to be quite a journey, and it's going to be pretty rough, unfortunately. So
I've been reading a lot of articles about what's going to happen to the background industry. Like, I know that.
Oh, right.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like I read one in the corner that was like the extinct background actor, and it's just like, I know that's not like what you aspire to, but that's like a bread and butter in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, I heavily rely on background work for my health plan. And
I got questioned the first time I wore my mask outside, because I would wear it around this time anyway because I have allergies. So when I mow the lawn, I'm like not trying to fuck with that. But this woman was like, "Oh, are you wearing this mask because we're out here at the same time?" I'm like, "Well, yes and no." And then she started going like this with her shirt. I'm like, well, you know, I got more masks. I mean, I got like 2 different boxes of masks. You can borrow one. I mean, geez.
I started making masks like pretty early on because I was in France in March for a job.
Wow.
So literally Trump said like nobody's going to be allowed into the US, and like the director of the show, all of the designers, like I ended up kind of being in charge because everybody in charge left. The next day at 10 o'clock at night, they were like, we're sending you home beyond the gangway at 6 a.m. And so I thought I was getting like airdropped into basically Escape from New York because of
Right.
what I was seeing. And I had no food in the house. You know, I was planning to be in France for 2 weeks. So I've been sewing I have an order of, I don't know if you can see this, all these, this is like a pile of like 25 surgical caps.
Hey.
Where are you at now? You look like you were having a good time.
Yeah, I'm in Florida.
Florida. How's it going down there?
It's really nice and beautiful. Everything's open. People are on the beach.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I think of like how the different corners of the industry have been impacted. I saw this video earlier today. It was like, I think the porn industry was like, well, we've kind of like been navigating this pretty well because, you know, we've had to do on-site testing for a long time now. Like we are,
Yeah, true,
like we've been through this before. Like, oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what's up with you, Katie?
What did I miss? I was busy making a TikTok video and I got distracted.
Oh, well, we were just saying how, you know, the porn industry is leading the way as always. You know, they figured out how to navigate this, and we just need to follow their lead.
Oh, okay. And so just make porns ourselves? Is that?
No. But
I think the draw is the sex in those.
I mean, you could. I mean, OnlyFans is going really well these days. Why not? But
job security.
We were just kind of talking, you know, about what we've been doing to manage the time and like how we've been keeping busy. And, you know, I know for you, TikTok has been...
You keep calling this the Chinese virus because ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China.
I would say that's the thing that I do when I get some sort of like motivation or I stop being anxious for 5 minutes. I'm like, quick, make a TikTok.
Did you grab anything when you walked out the door?
I grabbed nothing but 2 Tortino's pizza out of the refrigerator and my doggy, and we left. That's it. I tried to grab some other things, but they wasn't even worth it.
Like we were talking earlier about how people are adapting and, you know, this idea of having pressure to be more productive because we have more time on our hands because we're not physically going anywhere?
I think at first I felt like I'm just going to live my best life and I'm not going to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to feel more pressure, like, oh, I should be doing more, especially because one of my friends was like, he finished a screenplay that he was working on. Like, he was just like, I'm going to get right in there. And he finished it. And I'm like,
Yep.
oh, like compared to you, I feel like I should be doing more. And then in the last few days, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to put pressure on myself, but I'm also not going to let myself like spiral into this like laziness.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to have more of a routine. Like when I wake up, I need to like get in the shower, get dressed, do something that's kind of normal just to kind of get me motivated a little bit, but also be kind to myself when I don't feel like doing something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to push myself.
I kind of wonder the long-term effects if like the quarantine lasts a lot longer, like socially in terms of like anxiety, not only with like kids, but even with like adults. Like I feel like when things open up and, you know, we decide to finally go outside, I'm kind of wondering, like, you know, Chris be like, hey, we're having a gathering or something, come through. And I'll be like, yeah. You know?
I had a conversation with like a service person. I had to call Urban Outfitters customer service.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, you know, can I return these shelves, whatever. And they were like, yeah. And then the lady was like, well, I don't, you know, we were talking about coronavirus. And she's like, I don't think it's as bad as they're saying it is. Like, I don't think that many people are dying. I was like, excuse me, where do you live? She's like, South Carolina. I live out in the, like, on a farm or whatever. I was like, yeah, that's why. Like, you don't know what's going on, because in New York City, it's a whole different ball game. So certain places, they just have no idea.
Did you?
I do wonder though, like, it's just interesting to me that people have such vastly different, like, I don't know, perspectives on this.
If they were, I just think most people got their local news, so they have no idea.
Right.
We live in such a populated area. So like I have a friend in San Diego who's like protesting and he's like, this is a hoax. And I'm like, you're a total doofus. Like, but maybe he just has no idea. I don't know.
You know, I kind of have people that are like, okay, so 50 surgical caps in 2 days, right? I'm like, what part are you missing when I told you the first one took me an hour? Because 2 days is 48 hours, so you do the math. Sorry, I'm just like, you know, I'm kind of losing my shit over here, you know?
Okay, I just, like, am very into, like, conspiracy theorists, and I really think that this was a whole, like, plot or whatever. I understand that people are, like, in the hospitals and passing away, unfortunately. I don't know what many people think about the whole thing, but I just don't want this to like ruin my plans in my life, and I just take advantage of the time and I'm just gonna live my life normal as it was, because I've seen like people who have gotten through this, and I think that a number of cases make it way worse.
You've clearly found a way to at least feel comfortable. And
yeah,
I find that interesting because I feel like a lot of people are just not there for whatever reason, and I'm definitely one of those people that are like, look, whenever they open this shit up, I'm waiting probably like 2-3 more weeks.
No, I get that, and I totally respect that and stuff. When this whole thing first came out, I was kind of like going crazy about the whole thing, and I was like, I don't trust the government, and going totally insane. And then I like came back to my senses, and I was like, everyone's gonna get sick. Like, what if I was sick? Who knows? I could be a carrier, like all this stuff. But like, I can't just live my life in constant panic. Like, it's just not who I am.
It's interesting. You're the first person that I've talked to personally with that viewpoint. And again, like, not knocking your personal experience or opinion at all. I mean, everybody's got to kind of deal with this in their own way. I just think that, you know, we, like anything else, I feel like people should be open to at least hearing other people's experiences and perspectives. I'm just glad that you are at least thinking about the safety measures, because I would hate for anything to happen to you.
Yeah, I have been, like, I go to class at Esper, and one of the students in my class had it, and I wasn't sure if, like, I contracted it, but it's just the whole thing happened so fast. It definitely is scary, but who knows how long this thing lingered around for. But it, like, I was going crazy being stuck inside. Like, what am I gonna do? Walk my dog all day? No. I'm gonna, like, want to go outside and get some air. But sooner or later, it's gonna be spring when it first happened, and there's gonna be mosquitoes. And what happens if, like, a mosquito bites you and then bites somebody else? Then you're gonna get the Rona. Like, I don't know.
If you believe in the plagues, you know what's next. All you gotta do is look in the
But
good book.
murder hornets aren't after us, they're after the honeybees, which is a
Well,
problem
that's
too.
true.
But I know it totally sucks.
God damn
But
it.
just
God, what the hell?
I was thinking about, like, I don't want to be going through this right now, but I was like, what if I had just been born in a different time, like born when my mom was born? And I'm like, no, I would still be going through this. Like, there's no, if I was born when my grandparents were born, I would have gone through the Depression. And if I'm born, let's say, after this is all over, who the heck knows what's next?
All right, guys. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks for keeping us connected. And
Yeah, this is a good idea.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, it's great to see you again.
You guys too, man. All right, till next time.
All right.
All right.
okay,
Bye.
bye.